In this video, we're going to talk about why clarity and emotion drive your behavior. Clarity and emotion drive your behavior. Very important principle to understand when it comes to success and achieving the things that you want. So pay very close attention to what I'm going to share with you here, because this is a mindset that you want to understand and you want to have if you want to really appreciate the mechanics of how success works. And this is one of those foundational principles about how clarity and emotion drive your behavior that you've got to get down. So let me begin by talking about the donut test. And everybody, I'm sure, loves donuts. If you're not from the United States, then a donut is just this amazing piece of cake in a small round form. And I've got an illustration here to show you, and I'll get to that in a second. But the donut test, and this is going to really help you to understand how clarity and emotion drive what you do. So how many times have you known somebody like this or been somebody like this who thinks, okay, I am going to start being and eating healthier. And so one of the ways that I'm going to do this is that I'm going to start eating more salad. That's just the way it is. And so you have this thought, you give a thumbs up. In the United States, that's a good thing. You give a thumbs up that you're going to start eating salad. And you feel pretty good about it, but you just make this statement, you have this thought, and this happens all over the country, all over the world oftentimes, where people just think, my dream is to eat more salad, to be healthier. And that's all fine and dandy until the reality of a donut comes into your world and somebody plops a donut right in front of you that is just the most delicious thing you've ever seen in your entire life. It just kind of glows with deliciousness. Okay? So what are you going to do in this event? You've already told yourself maybe 2 or 3 days ago that you're going to start eating salad. You had this thought, that's what I'm going to do. But then somebody plops down in front of you this delicious donut that you can see, that you can smell, you can touch, and it just has this awesome sensory experience in your interaction with that donut. So what are you going to do? Well, there's probably no question as to what's going to happen, right? You're going to eat that donut. You're going to chow into it like there's no tomorrow. But what about your salad idea? Why didn't that work? You thought you wanted to eat salad. You told yourself you were going to eat salad. Why did the donut win? Well, the donut wins because clarity and emotion drive your behavior. Clarity and emotion drive your behavior. And what I mean by that is that we are drawn to act on what is clear to us and what is emotionally compelling or emotionally strong to us. Those two factors, when something is clear to us and we're emotionally connected to it on some level, strongly, then it drives us to act on that thing in some way, somehow. In this case, when this donut becomes clear to you and you have the sensation, the emotion of hunger and desire to have it, that drives what you do. Now let's talk about how this works, the mechanics of why it works so well and why clarity and emotion are such powerful driving forces in our behavior. For one, clarity creates a path to something that is very free of resistance. The clearer that you are about something, whatever it may be, a goal or a donut, when you see it clearly and there is no resistance, no cloudiness about that thing, that is one of the major factors to driving your desire to achieve it or get to it. Clarity. The second factor is emotion. So clarity kind of sets the path. Emotion is the fuel that pushes you toward that path. So when you have strong emotions toward something and a strong desire to want to have it, that's the fuel that pushes you in the direction of your clarity. And those two factors, when they're combined, are powerful force and drive your behavior completely. All right. And so why did it work in this case? Well, just to give you a quick rundown, it worked in this case because this idea of, when you compare the clarity between these two ideas, reality is that the donut's sitting in front of you. You can see it. You can see the chocolate running along the side. You can see it glistening. You can smell it. So it's very clear that it exists. Whereas this idea that maybe you had a week ago that I'm going to eat salads, it's become this faded idea that really you don't even see very clearly. You made a statement about it a week ago or maybe 2 or 3 days ago, but it is not really clear to you at all. And so in that sense, which one's going to win in the area of clarity? The donut. Number 2, what about emotion? Well, what is your emotion toward this idea of eating salad? Well, if you only had the idea once and it was kind of a passing thought of, yeah, I'm going to start eating healthier, I'm going to eat some more lettuce, and then you forget about it, you have virtually zero emotion about that idea. Zero. And so when this donut comes along, you can feel the sensation in your body of, oh my goodness, that thing looks so good. And your emotions of that you've had in the past of eating donuts, if you've eaten donuts in the past and you know how good they are, then those kind of kick in. And you start feeling and experiencing, even before you bite into the donut, the idea of how awesome it's going to be to eat it. So in the realm of emotion, which one is going to win? In either case, in both cases, the donut wins. That's why this passing idea of eating salad is lame. It doesn't work. So let's talk about how to use this in breaking the habit of being you. The foundation of change are these two ideas of clarity and emotion, okay? And so in order to change who you are, what you do, your behavior, you need to take your vision of what you want to be and become and have and do, and that vision has to be as clear, if not clearer to you, than your reality, your current reality. So when you're thinking about the goals you want to achieve, the kind of person you want to be, the things that you want to do, it's not enough to say, yeah, I want to do that. I'm really committed to doing that. And it's just this passing idea, this passing dream that you never look at, you never write down, you never do anything with other than just make a statement. Yeah, starting Monday, I'm going to start losing 10 pounds. You know what? Come Monday, the reality and the clarity and the emotion of reality are going to overwhelm your little dream. Okay, so to break the habit of being who you are right now, if there are massive changes that you want to make, your vision of who you want to be, what you want to do, the things you want to achieve, that vision has to be as clear and emotionally compelling or strong, desirable to you as your current reality. If it isn't, then your current reality, who you are right now, is always going to be clear, it's always going to be more emotionally compelling, and you're just going to continue to do the same things over and over and over again. So dreams, resolutions, statements, saying things out loud just aren't enough. That's what a lot of people do. They expect results. When they make a statement, that's not enough. You've got to get clarity and you've got to get emotion. So how do you use this? It's very simple. You want to make the things you want to do more. You want to make those clear to you. Use pictures, use images, use videos, whatever it may be. You want to write them down. You want to see them clearly. And you want to have a strong emotional connection to them. Okay, so you want to constantly feed the emotion that you have toward them by looking at them, thinking about them. And this is why goals work. This is why the goal setting process is so important, because goals, looking at them on a regular basis, thinking about living them, creates clarity and an emotional attachment to that goal, that vision that you have. That's what you have to do. So goals, to do things that you want to value, Write them down in detail, get pictures, visualize them, and review them on a constant basis with repetition. And that will eventually, with time, if you continue to do that, will make your vision clearer than your reality, or just as clear, and it will make your vision of who you want to be and things you want to do more emotionally compelling than your current reality. And once those things come together, then you will start shifting your behavior from being who you are and what you're doing now to becoming who you want to be and doing the things that you want to achieve.